everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video I will be doing my Feel Unique pick and mix samples unboxing. How I usually do this video is, first of all I will go over the samples that I picked last month and let you know my thoughts on them, and then I will show you the samples I've chosen for this month. So this service is offered by the website Feel Unique, and once a month you can go on and select 5 different samples for £3.95, which is just the cost of the shipping. Once you get your email confirming that your samples have been dispatched, you will get sent a code for your reimbursement of the £3.95, which can be used as a gift voucher on anything on the Feel Unique website. So technically this is a free service. They do also have the beauty kit, which again is picking 5 different products which tend to be sort of travel size minis or luxury samples, and this service I believe is £12.95 plus again the £3.95 shipping, so I think it comes to £16.90, but you do get the £3.95 back like with this service. So out of the 5 samples from last month, I did manage to try 4 out of the 5. The only one that I didn't try was this one from Upcircle. This is the face scrub. I put this in my shower with the intention of using it there, thinking it might be a little bit less messy, and then just completely forgot to use it. The first product I tried was this one from Madara. This is the eye contour cream. I've tried quite a few products from Madara and I have really liked them. This one I wasn't too struck on. This is a really thin consistency of an eye cream, so it was a bit of a pain to use being in a sachet. This is a 1.5ml sample, but when I pushed it all the way down to the bottom, it was only about here, which I think is about right for 1.5ml. But they could have done without this sort of extra bit of packaging, because by the time I'd pushed all the product out, even though I'd created the tiniest of holes, I would end up with too much product. So it was a bit of a pain to use it in that respect. Obviously getting the full size, it looks like it comes with a pump, so you would be able to get the right amount of product out, but I just found that it was just too watery. I had to rub it in quite a lot to get it actually into the eye, which I thought with being a thinner consistency it would blend into the skin faster, but it just seemed to sit on top of the skin and not really blend in. I didn't notice that it did anything. I believe it was supposed to, yes, firm, brighten, hydrate. It hydrated in the respect that my eyes still felt wet because it wouldn't rub in, but I didn't really notice any firming or brightening, so I didn't really like this product at all, and not one I would repurchase. Then I tried this one from Erno Laszlo. This was the Felatil, I think that is, night cream. This was a 2ml sample, and see, look at the size comparison of the sachets. This one definitely could have been smaller, and I managed to get I think 3 or 4 uses out of this. You didn't need an awful lot of product, which I did appreciate because this is a rather pricey product. I can't remember off the top of my head now how much it cost full size, but I do know it was expensive, so I did like that you didn't need to use an awful lot of product. I don't know what the actual claims were of this one. I don't know if it was supposed to sort of hydrate or firm or anything like that, but it did just generally leave my skin feeling really nice. I don't think I would ever justify going and purchasing the full size of it, but it was nice using this while I had it, and I think I got about 3 or 4 uses out of it. But this is an unscented night cream, which is good because I think it was last month where I had a lot of overly perfumed products that were not very good, so at least this one was unscented, and I did really like it. I don't think I'd ever justify the cost of the full size. Then we had this bedtime beauty boost from Oskia. This is the first product that I've ever tried from this brand before, and it doesn't really want to make me try any more. This was also 2ml, so technically should have had the same amount of product in as the Erno Laszlo product, but I just about got 2 uses out of this. Consistency wise, it was sort of as thick as the Erno Laszlo one, but I feel like I did need slightly more of this product. I do think there was less in here than that one, for the fact I barely got 2 uses out of it and I wasn't using that much more each time. This one didn't have the best scent to it at all. It was kind of that old lady type scent that I really don't like, and I don't feel like it really did anything. Even though I didn't notice sort of vast differences with the Erno Laszlo cream, I could still see it was sort of doing something. With this, I just didn't feel like it was doing anything. It does say it's a regenerating night cream with peptides, vitamin A and B3 and hyaluronic acid. I just didn't feel like it did that much to my skin, so this one was a bit of a fail. And then the final product was this one from Institute Estherderm, and this is the Excelage cream. So this is one where, again, I didn't really know what its claims were, but this was a really nice cream as well. I really appreciate that this was in a squeezy tube. This again is 2ml, but I think I got about 5 or 6 uses out of this at least. This was another product where a little did go a long way, and also because of it being the squeezy tube, I could kind of get every last drop out of there. So this was a really nice product. Another product that I believe is quite pricey to purchase the full size of, so I don't think it is something I would repurchase. I have moisturisers and creams and things that do just as good of a job as this did, and they are a fraction of the price, but it was really nice to try it. The thing that I did note from it that I didn't end up looking up, on the back here it does say apply morning and evening to the entire face, neck and décolleté, I think that is. I just applied it to my face. It says ideally using the specific movements recommended by Institute Estederm. It wasn't until I was pretty much on my last use that I actually spotted that on the back. By then there was no point actually looking up those movements, but now I am still kind of intrigued to know what they are. So yeah, this was a nice product, but not one I'd rush out to repurchase. I just feel like they've kind of been a bit lacklustre with the samples since they came back, and any of the good products that they once would have had are now going over to the beauty kit, because the beauty kit is a service that you pay for, whereas this you just pay the shipping, which you then get back. So I feel like since they've created those two services, this one is starting to suffer slightly. So onto the 5 samples that I've chosen for this month. First of all, I picked another product from Erno Laszlo. This is the White Marble Translucence Cream. This says lighten and illuminate skin's brilliance. Erno Laszlo is quite an expensive brand from what I've remembered in the past, but this one is really expensive. So the full size of this is £127 for 50ml. So I work out that this 2ml sample is £5.08. So £5 for this tiny sample. I know I'm supposed to be using this service to try things out that I would then possibly repurchase the full size of, but when I see there are kind of high-end brands there and I know I'm never going to go out and purchase a product myself, I like getting the samples sometimes to just try something just to see if it is worth that price tag. So when I seen that this product was on there, and I know the last one I tried was at least 60 if not sort of 70 or 80 pounds, so I added this one to the basket. It wasn't until it arrived and I've gone to work out all the values that I realised just how expensive it was. That last night cream I tried was really nice, but let's see how this one is in comparison because it's a lot more expensive. Then I picked another product from Madara. I know I didn't have much luck with the last one, but this one is from a range that I've tried before. So this is the Madara SOS Eye Revive Hydra Cream. I did have the SOS, I think it was a night sleeping mask, and I did really enjoy that. So that's why I was thinking with this one being from the SOS range, I might like it more. It does again feel like a pretty empty sachet, so it probably could have been a smaller sachet. There is a lot of wasted space, but there is also a lot of ingredients. So this one says it's a hydrating and calming multi-use formula for de-stressing and comforting dry, taut eye area for an instant refreshed look, reinforces the skin barrier for protection and age-defying action. So hopefully this one works for me a bit better than the other one, because this is something I would potentially repurchase because say I've had like things from the SOS range before. Next we have a product that I'm really excited to try, and this is from Sol de Janeiro, and this is their new shampoo and conditioner. This is the Brazilian Joa Strengthening and Smoothing Shampoo and Conditioner. I have nearly gone to actually just purchase these shampoos before because I love the Sol de Janeiro scent so much. I do have it in a moisturiser and also a body exfoliator, and I kind of can't get enough of it, so when they released these shampoos I did want to give them a try. They do have these in a full size and also a travel size, and I was nearly purchasing the travel size, but to get these in the samples and see what they're like is great, because then if I do like it I can just go and purchase the full size one then, because that will be more value for money. So the full size of these are £22 for 295ml each, and these are 2 10ml samples, so I work out that these are 75p each or £1.50 for the 2. I think for the shampoo, when it's 10ml I usually get 1 use out of it, whereas the conditioner I will probably get a few uses out of this sachet. I do have a lot of hair, so I do tend to use a lot of shampoo, but yeah, I'm really excited to see what these ones are like, and these ones could hopefully result in a purchase. Next I have a product from Revlon. This is the Coconut Hair Treatment. It says it's a leave-in spray mask. I always tend to get hair masks and things in subscription boxes, and I never get around to trying them because I'm really lazy and can't be bothered waiting for a hair mask to work. So if I can get a hair mask in a spray bottle that takes 2 seconds to apply, I'm all for giving it a go. Plus with it being Revlon, it's not going to break the bank if I do want to repurchase it. The full size of this is £19.50 for 150ml, so I work out that this is worth £1.17. I do need to look up when to actually apply this. I presume I do just put it on damp hair and kind of brush it through, but I want to double check so I apply it correctly. But excited to give this a go. And with this being 9mm, I should get a good few uses out of this. And then the final sample is from Luminate, and this is the Arctic Hydra Care. This is a rich day cream. I was very surprised by the size of this when it arrived. I didn't kind of take note of the sample size when I ordered it. I just wanted to give another product from Luminate a go. I did have some sort of moisturiser from them a while ago and I do remember quite liking it. So when I seen it was a hydrating day cream, it sounded like what I was looking for at the moment. I have only just got into kind of applying skincare of a day because I'm at home and I don't tend to be putting makeup on. I might as well put skincare on. I do only have a couple of day creams in my collection and I don't really love either of them. I'm kind of on the lookout for another day cream. So this one is 15ml, so I should get a decent amount of use out of this one to be able to decide whether I like it or not. So the full size of this is £26.90 for 50ml. So I work out that this little pot is worth £8.07. But yeah, I'm really excited to give this one a go and see what it's like. And I've just spotted at the bottom that it does say it is 98% naturally derived. It is fragrance free and it is tested in Lapland at -15°C. So maybe Santa himself has tried this one out. So they are the 5 samples that I've got to try this month. I've totted up that the value of these is £19.12. So there are a few samples here that I am hoping to purchase if they work for me, so fingers crossed it's a better month than last month. But that is it for today's video. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. Thanks.